Hey Thrive community, I hope you guys are having a great week and an even better weekend. I wanted to come on and talk to you about self-care. Since self-care seems to be the topic of the last 2 weeks, I wanted to start off and let's talk about some self-care and why it is that women feel the need to put themselves at the end of the list when it comes to self-care. So I just want to have, a little conversation. I know this is not a Facebook Live. My apologies. So my goal is to do a Facebook Live on a topic every Friday. And that's what I really want to do. So I can sit and have a conversation with you every Friday evening, my time. And kind of get what your questions, concerns, just have a little bit of a discussion. However, speaking of self-care, this Friday night, my daughter really wanted to have a movie night. And since I haven't sat down and actually watched a movie with her in quite some time, I felt that it was necessary to sit with her and watch a movie for about an hour and a half. And then by the time that the movie was done, I was tired. And I'm not making excuses. I could have jumped on and done a Facebook Live with you. I just didn't feel like I didn't feel good. Like I didn't feel like I looked good. I just didn't feel good. I wasn't in the mood. But it took me a little bit to take a step back and realize that, hey, I needed that self-care as well. So yes, I am your coach, and I'm grateful that you allowed me to be your coach. I have to practice the same things that I'm teaching to you and sharing with you. So I'm not perfect. So I still have to make sure that I take time to self-care. However, if I do a little bit of some self-reflecting, I feel that my self-care is a little bit different than everybody else's. And this is going to sound really bad, but I think I'm a little bit selfish when it comes to my self-care. I don't find that I never have the time to take care of myself. And that can get me into trouble, and it has got me into trouble. So I compartmentalize my activities and my day. I have my family, I have my businesses, I have my work, I have working out, etc. I find that I will focus energy on one of those completely and I'll forget about the other ones until something happens. Then I have to readjust, and then I focus all that energy on whatever happened in that other area, and then I forget about the other ones. So I'm a little bit selfish when it comes to that. So my self-care is learning how to balance myself. I don't think there is any I don't think there is any such thing as balance, but I need to make sure that I have my priorities in line. And I feel that I get in trouble when my priorities get mixed up. But I do find that I always find time for self-care for myself. That it sounds selfish, but I never really let myself not get taken care of. So anyway, I have kind of like the opposite end of the coin. But for most women, what does self-care mean for you? Each of you have expressed some form of a lack of self-care, wanting to take care of yourself more, and that is awesome. You need to make sure that you are a priority in your day no matter what. Women are natural caregivers, so our ability to take care of ourselves kind of gets put on the back burner. We always want to put other people first, and which then leads to us not being taken care of. But if you really think about it, at the end of the day or the week or the month or the year or whatever, if you are not being taken care of and you are not your best self, you cannot give the best to somebody else. I know a lot of you have heard the analogy, don't pour from an empty cup, or you can't pour from an empty cup. So you have to really make sure that yourself or you are fulfilled in whatever way that is for you. So a lot of you, when you don't take care of yourself, you become stressed. And then you're stressed because you're not eating right. You're stressed because you don't look like you want. You're stressed because you feel like a mess. Everything can lead to stress. There's good stress and there's bad stress, but when you don't take care of yourself, I think that kind of has a snowball effect. So stress can lead to, inflammation in the body. It can lead to weight gain, sleep loss, all those things that are probably some concerns that we have already talked about. So because we put ourselves on the back burner, because we're stressed, we have these symptoms. So now what are you going to do? How are you going to make yourself a priority every single day? So you may have to sacrifice some things. Guys, if you really want that time with yourself and you have a family, you have a husband, you have kids, you have a job, you have things you have to do, that means you're gonna have to sacrifice some things, okay? So whether it's getting up an extra hour in the morning to take care of what you have to take care of, whether it be you're journaling, you're writing down what you're grateful for, you're meditating, you're going for a walk and listening to a podcast or an audiobook, you're sitting in your comfy chair and you're praying, or drinking a cup of coffee and watching the sunrise, right? There's a million different things that you can do to center yourself and to take care of yourself in that moment. Set your day right, okay? Maybe you can't get up early. Maybe it just doesn't work out for you. Maybe mornings are just not good for you. Then schedule in something at lunch or something in the afternoon or like 30 minutes to an hour before bed. It's your time. You're going to have to look at your schedule and you're going to have to rearrange, okay, where am I going to put myself as a priority? Me personally, I get up at 4:15 every morning. Some people are like, what? I have to, because if I don't get that time. I don't like being rushed in the morning. I don't like running around. I don't like starting my day off frantic. So I get up, I go downstairs, I make my cup of coffee, I walk right back upstairs to my office or my library or my woman room, whatever you want to call it. I sit down and I meditate for 5 minutes. I have an app called Simple Habit. Check it out. You can meditate about anything. 5 minutes. I meditate on the floor, on my yoga mat, comfy, quiet, and I'm done. I get up, I go sit at my desk, I journal, I write 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then I write my 10 future goals as if they've already happened. And after that, I visualize. I look at my vision board and I internalize and I visualize and I take it all in. After I do all that, now it's time to get ready for the day. All right. So I get up, I get dressed, I go through my morning routine. Caitlin's been getting up at 5 because she likes to get up an extra hour early because she's figured out that she gets to have more time in the morning. So she's doing stretches for dance and stuff. So I like that I'm kind of rubbing off on my daughter. So then when we're walking out the door, we are walking out together. I'm not yelling at her. She's not yelling at me. And we are starting our day off on a good note and on a good foot. And I love those mornings. I hate the mornings where we're screaming and trying to get out the door and I don't have everything and I don't feel like I journaled or meditated or did all my stuff in the morning. Like, I hate those mornings. So I have to make sure that my mornings are before everybody gets up. Now that may not work for you, but I need you to find what does work for you, what time works for you. And mine's like what, an hour and a half? Yours does not have to be an hour and a half. Whatever is comfortable for you. This is a moment for you to decide what it is that you need. You're like, hey, honey, can you watch the kids? I'm going to go for a walk. I love going for walks too. So see, I always make sure that I get my stuff in, whether I go to the gym at lunch. I don't do anything at lunch. I don't go hang out with anybody. I don't go shoot the shit with anybody. I don't go have meals with anybody. Sounds like I'm being rude, but that's my time. I hang out with people all day long at work. At lunch, I go to the gym. That's it. Because I do my morning stuff in the morning. I do my gym time at lunch. And then when I'm done at the end of the day from work, I have other things I have to do. Caitlin's activities, dance and basketball. I got to come home and make dinner and all that other kind of stuff. So you have to be very diligent about how your day runs. And you have to figure out where your time is. So stop scrolling on Instagram and Facebook. Schedule that in as well. Maybe you do that first thing in the morning. I suggest that you wait till the end of the day, but I would rather look at all that stuff later, but that's just my personal opinion. Or you do it at lunch, or you do it at the end of the day. But every time that you mindlessly scroll through social media, that is time wasted that you could be dedicating to yourself. That doesn't do anything for you, honey. Like, scrolling through social media does not do anything for you. So take the time to figure out what you need, when you can schedule it in, and take care of yourself. Make yourself a priority, okay? So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. I need you guys to make sure that you make yourself a priority and you know how important that is. Because right now, today, you have taken the time and the step forward to change yourself. To change yourself mentally, to change yourself physically, to change yourself emotionally. You need to make sure that you continue on that journey. This is a never-ending train. Once you are on, you are on. You don't get off. So when you reach where you think you want to go, guess what? We're still going, because we still have to maintain. We still have to make ourselves better each and every day. You never get to get off, because if you get off, you're dead. So we move forward every day, whether it's making yourself better physically, making yourself better emotionally, making sure you're making yourself better spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, all those. I think I just recapped all of them. We never stop, okay? You never stop. There is, like I said, you don't get off. So take this, run with it, post below what you are going to do to make yourself a priority every day, okay? Tell me when your self-care time is. Tell me if it's in the morning. Tell me if it's at lunch. Tell me if it's in the evening. Tell me what you do. Are you going for a walk? Are you reading? Are you praying? Are you meditating? Working out? What is it that you do that makes you feel good about yourself and makes you get through the day, okay? So, take care, ladies. I love you all. I love the entire Thrive community. I will see you guys later.